question is, do you want that? You want it? You sure? Just read it.
Hello everyone, my name is Garcia. I am a sophomore and I'm studying petroleum engineering. Now let me give you a little background about myself and how my history in chef has been and why I'm a great candidate for presidency. First of all, I started my education in Houston Community College. There I was one of the founding members that created Chef ACC, one of the first ones in the state, and I was the vice president there. We thought it was a good idea because many of the students were first generation students and we didn't have the right resources to actually succeed. And I was also part of the engineer student organization where I was part of the secretary. Now, as far as that goes, I have a strong record of responsibility in producing and providing efficient projects as a secretary and a vice president. My keen in organization and knowledge in working hard and leading team activities will enable me to actually be a great candidate and make a huge impact in Chef UH. It is my known that Chef has made a huge impact in my life, and I would like to see that in all of the students, all of the Hispanic students here in our community, in our school, in colleges, and in high schools. And it's for this reason that I know that it is through hard work and dedication and communication through e-boards and students that we can make that happen. I don't want no Hispanic student left behind. I would like each of the Hispanic students to know the great outcome of being part of an organization that actually gives back to the community and also gives back to the students. And it's for this reason that I would like to be the president, and I know that I am just a sophomore and I just transferred here, but I have a background in working along with team members, and I know that I can be a huge asset to this organization. And so far I've been part of Chef for 2 years now, and it has been one of the greatest things that have happened to me. And I know that we can make impact in other students by actually broadening our networks with other companies through summits, to actually bringing the students to summits that are actually based on their engineer careers. And that's one of the things that I would like to implement in our chapter this year. So I would like to make a change as a student, and I would like to make an impact as a president. Thank you so much.
Hi, Ashley. Being a president for Chef, I'm looking at your points. Why do you only have 3 points?
Okay, so
How are you going to convince everyone to buy in when you yourself have it?
Okay, so my main reason why I only had 2 points was because as part of me being one of the founders of Chef ACC, I was actually helping the chapter at ACC during this semester, and it was also actually my first semester here at the University of Houston. So I actually do understand that I don't have many points here at UH, but I have a passion to make impact in students as a broad view as part of chef, and that is why one of the reasons why I have 2 points, because I've been helping my board members that I left behind so that they can also succeed.
Okay. So you're saying that you're new, right? And I also see that a lot of people that are running today are new, right? So how do you plan to lead a chapter that has no experience?
Okay. So one of the things is knowing what type of positions we have and how to give them an overview of what the position is based on, and give them those responsibilities and checking them, not constantly, but constant, that they are actually functioning as a chapter member, and that they're actually progressing on their assignments. So that's one of the things that I would say that actually works as a leader, and as well through communication, which is one of the huge parts that should be in the e-board members. So those are the 2 main things that I would say that actually work, and also getting to understand each individual as a whole.
All right, I have a last question. So I've learned through past experience that the organization takes the personality of the president at the time, right? So the organization under Mabi was very different to the organization under me, right? So what kind of organization could we expect if you were to become president?
Okay, so I know sometimes I don't look like I have passion, but yes, I have passion for chef. And one of the things that I do like is perseverance. Have perseverance in the organization and strive to reach those assignments before deadlines, and actually perseverance is one of the main keys to actually finish an assignment, because if you don't have perseverance, then you don't actually have the drive to actually complete an assignment, and along with passion to actually make it work.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so 2 questions from the audience. Does anyone have a question? Okay, so I'll ask my question. Does anyone? No? No? Okay, yes?
What things would you make differently? What things would you add to the chapter that are not already?
Okay, so one of the things that I will make differently is to actually reach out to community college students that actually want to be willing to connect with university chapters. Like, for example, our college chapter at community college, we would like them to bond with other colleges or other schools that they would like to be part of. So that's one of the things I would like to, as well as I mentioned before, creating, making open doors to students to go to summits so that they can understand more about their engineer degree. So I would like to focus in not that as many things, but things that will actually help out students as well as their organization. And another thing I would say is K through 12. That's one of the other main things that I actually would like to focus more as well. And I know that we're involved in some chapters already, and I would like to make that involvement better, and have more students actually reach out to us, like our freshman who was part of chat before. so they can actually see the potential of being a chef member at U of H, and that'll be it.
All right, another question from the audience. Edwin, I think you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question. So, you mentioned that your involvement for the Chef UH here was lacking because you were really interested in keeping the HCC chapter going, correct? And
Correct.
you were part of the founding board, correct? So,
Yes.
and I think that's great, right? But being president of one of the largest chapters in the nation is going to be very time consuming. And then on top of that, your schoolwork as well. What plans do you have from this day forward if you are elected as president? How much time are you planning on giving the HCC chapter, or how are you planning on balancing everything together?
Okay, so as far as that goes, now I have the board member over there. They're already working hard, and we already have a plan for that. So I really don't have to worry as much over there now. And time management is a huge thing, and I have an agenda which I actually follow it, and which is I know that I will be really responsible for the timing as being a president here. So that's why I will make time for the organization. As I say, I have passion for it, and I will make my time, so the organization can run excellent and can continue striving.
All right, Ashley. So let's say you get elected as president, and during our e-board transition, we tell you that you have half the budget that we started with. Now fast forward to the start of the school year, and your VPE tells you you were only able to raise half the money you were expected to raise. Give me a breakdown of how you would prioritize the events or the services you want to provide to members, and how would you align the chapter to make sure you lead on to another successful year?
We were only to have half of okay, I would say first we will have to focus on how to make a plan, and actually vote to see what the e-board and how the past events have impacted the organization. And from there, we will analyze which events actually bring more members into our event, and prioritize those events as well as the events that are actually will make a development in the students, will make like a positive impact. So I would say first we will have to vote and analyze our past events and see what works best with that little amount of money that we have, and then what works best, how we can raise more money to actually continue making those events little by little, if we are able to actually raise more money by then.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Ashley.
That's it.